よし。Here we go. Here we go. It has been a while. You must have forgiven me. I am rusty. In more ways than one. Painting goo 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 goo. Painting goo goo goo. Painting goo 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 goo. Painting goo 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 goo. Painting goo goo goo. It's painting fucking goo. It's painting goo. Painting goo. It's painting goo. What will we goo? Nobody knew what we goo. Well, today we do. Painting goo. Painting goo. It's painting goo. Painting goo. Painting goo 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 goo. Paint, sip, rant, goo goo. Painting goo 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 goo. My spiner knows it's a timer for the goo. Glorious. Painting goo 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 goo. Painting goo. It's painting goo! What will we goo? Nobody knew what we goo. But we do. Today. Painting goo. Painting goo. Oh, I'm a sweating goo. Oh. Oh, my spider! Stretching goo! Goo, goo, goo! Painting goo! Painting goo 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 goo! Paint, sip, rant, goo goo! Painting goo goo goo! It's painting fucking goo. It's painting goo. Painting goo. Painting goo. Painting goo. Painting goo. Painting goo. Goo goo goo. Goo 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 goo. Painting goo. Goo 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 goo. That's it, Myro. You magical, marvelous, mischievous monkey. Bring it home. Remind these filthy mortals the meaning of beauty and honor. And painting goo. Painting goo. Painting goo. Painting goo, 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 goo. Right! You know the drill! You filthy mortar scum! Pay the monkey, so he doesn't go hungry. Click the link in the description and place a tip in the monkey's bowl. If you have any honor in your feeble mortal share, you will smash that like button like it has insulted your ancestors. If you do not pay for painting goo, your family and your wrong dead family, aka ancestors, will look upon you with great shame. You filthy mortal scum. Right. Enough of that shit. Greetings, my beloved Japonator, and welcome to another glorious episode of PEINTEINGU with me, your illustrious host, Defender-sama, demigod of a PEINTEINGU. I know, I have been gone a while. It has been sad. It has been devastating to the population of the local samurai village. Apparently, we have lost most of the last crop of villagers. Disgusting. Deplorable. You filthy mortal scum cannot go 1 week without the goo to direct your chi and good flow. It is despicable. Disappointing. Downright diabolical. How weak and feeble you filthy mortal scum are! 1 week with no goo, and you wreck the place. It is very entertaining, to say the least. Right, who has honored this day? Emmanuel Godsunu. Dick Fordu, welcome to PEINTEINGU. We left PEINTEINGU in American Samoa, I believe. A island east of New Zealand, I think. One moment. Yes! East of Australia. There is an island called American Samoa. Fucking Americans. Think they own everything just because they believe in demon crazy, otherwise known as democracy. How you feeble mortal scum fare for that scam I will never know, but I digress. Is that what that means? I digress. Anyway, moving along. Enough chit-chat. Today... What is today? What day is it? Tuesday. It's Tuesday. What's Tuesday again? Techno Tuesdays. I remember now. You must remember, you filthy mortal scum, that I am only half god now. Being a demigod, I am now susceptible to many of the afflictions that you feeble mortal scum are constantly plagued by. One of them being memory loss or occasional retardation. A bout of semi-amnesia. Techno Tuesdays. Right, I do believe... I know what one. Where is it? Here we go. I love this one. Let's get the chi flowing as I shake the goo. Glorious. Even the voices sounds rusty. In a bad way or a good way? Rust isn't necessarily bad. I have seen you mortals correct it and use it for many a thing. It is also a beautiful color, is it not? We do own everything. Manicure, pets, cat in fancy swivel chair. You villainous swine, Desmondo-sama. It is lukewarm, but it is still good coffee. Right, as I shake the goo. Wait, a moment. There is probably enough goo in the whiter for our purposes today on PEINTEINGU. I am running low, but I have more there. I will refill later. Paint! Right. I must shake the goo before I can paint. Shaking the goo is a meditative and necessary experience and part of paintingu. It is soothing to the soul. It is also important for an artisan or professional of any vocation to regularly inspect one's tools and ensure they are working in an optimum way. If your goo is not flowing, or if you are low on goo, you bring shame to yourself and your family. Painting goo, goo, goo. Brain farts are fun. Indeed. They are indeed. I love traveling down rabbit holes of the mind. But one must be careful. One must be mindful when using your mind. You cannot use your mind too much. Using your mind, one can forget to use your body or your spirit. This is no good. How are you, Micah? Are you well? Microphone has been busy allegedly in my absence. I now have many teeny tiny microphones scurrying about my paintingu vessel. I do not know where they came from. And apparently neither does Micah. I find this curious. They have a striking resemblance to him. They even have his big fat nigger ribs. Bright red! Where? One of them is pink. I believe it may be female. They are too small. And they are microphones. I cannot tell. If one of you filthy mortal scum knows how to differentiate between the sexes of baby microphones, especially baby Bracketarian Jew microphones, let me know in the comments. There are a few goos that I am running low on. I will need to reload post-paintingu. Paintingu goo 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 goo. And they often smell like bacon. For you, maybe. When my brain farts, it smells like sulfur. My Luciferian spirit explodes with the Promethean-like energy. Chaos, creation, and confounding, pedantic, pontificating pleasures protrude presently from my pasty white brain. It's glorious. Just like the coffee. Right, where are my bitches? Let's get them wet. As you can see, if you cannot see, if you are blind, and you can only listen to paintingu, may the gods have mercy on your soul. For I will not! You gay fuck! How dare you be blind? What's wrong with you? You aren't blind, your eyes are just gay and weak. Blink! Blink like you have never blinked before! Blink 1,000 times a day! You will ungayify your eye holes. Perhaps you will be able to see again once you ungayify your eyes. bride people. Ha! Yeah. Simply suffering from the affliction of homo gaze. The gaze of a homo make you blind. Gaze rhymes with gaze. I find that hilarious. Right. Let's get some more brown on these islanders who are currently trying to deal with this very large tarantula wielding a plasma cannon that is apparently emerging from its abdomen through a zip. I have yet to paint the zip, but, you know, painting takes a timer. You must use your imagination, no? Silly mortar scum. Right. First things first. Get the bitch wet. I used to beat my bitches to get rid of excess water. No longer. I am more refined now. Less messy. Instead of bucket, I use cup. I have become a gentler demigod. Ritter microphones always have the feedback constantly. They are deplorable. They sound like mice. I nearly stood on one earlier. That would have been horrific. Nobody wants to stand on a bracketarian Jew microphone, baby, first thing in the morning, goo. Have you any idea how much that would hurt? For those of you who never stood on Rego barefoot, you're not a real man until you have stood on Rego and survived. If one has a weave or shower cap atop its head and has wrong nails, it's a female. I can't stand how lazy blind people are. Just open your eyes already. I do not understand how they cannot see how weak they are. Pretty sure at least one of them is a Mixu Maiku. Its mom can really carry the bass. Oh, glorious. Right, the goo is throwing. First things first, I will make it a browner. Where is that Canadian scum? He's missing me make browner. That pervert. Robs when I make browner. When I make browner on the pirate, he cannot hurt himself. Some scumbag reported me to Peter. Apparently, making browner on a pirate is somehow illegal or offensive. You people are retarded. Ah, speak of the devil and he shall appear. Feels like a lifetimer since I have seen the demigod Fenderu and all the beloved Japunaita. Indeed, I have heard rumblings, rumors, gossip of another devastating riot in the samurai village. Did my royal Japanite clan deal with the situation properly, efficiently, honorably, I hope? If I find out that a single merciful non-beheading or frogging was granted to any of those lying villagers, I will personally hold you responsible, Sabaru-sama. Those ungrateful fuckheads should be strung up in the village for all to see. I want the children to know that I may be a merciful demigod, but when it comes to PEINTEINGU, or the lack or absence of PEINTEINGU, I have no timer for weakness, gayness, faggotry, lack of discipline, bitching and moaning for there being no goo. You people make me sick. Go get Jabu! If there is no PEINTEINGU, and you want PEINTEINGU, then make PEINTEINGU yourself! Ungrateful scum! I am constantly surprised. I don't know why anymore. Sumimasen. But I am constantly surprised at the river of low vibration behavior from feeble motor scum. No wonder the gods fuck with you. I was never one to partake in the many ritualistic fuckeries of the divine realm. I was too busy PEINTEINGUing. Some of us gods have things to do, but I understand the temptation. Observing the behavior of mortals can be quite fascinating, hilarious, tragic, addictive. If there is one visa that we immortals have, you cannot say we anymore, Defender-sama. You are not completely mortal. Silence, mortal scum! In the divine realm, formerly, sometimes get bored. That's it. That's all it is divine boredom. You think being alive for eons is fun? It is. It's glorious. It's incredible. It is sometimes not as good as you would think it is. The temporary may be fleeting and sometimes appear meaningless, but there is something incredibly beautiful about the result and consequences of time. I like it. Uncle Kronos is a fucking genius. In my haste, I forgot to place my royal rag upon my demi-divine knee in preparation for the goo. How dare I? PEINTEINGU, goo 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 goo. He must be off riding a moose somewhere. Ah, there he be. Speak of the Browner, and I shall arrive. That is equal parts hilarious and disgusting. Did you take another vacation, you? Basically. We were visiting the family of the female. PEINTEINGU, goo 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 goo. We attended an event, a festival in Ireland known as the Fra. Music, food, shit tons of alcohol. Essentially an excuse to drink. Not that the Irish need any more excuses to drink obscene amounts of alcohol, but it is what it is. We shall rename it to the Seppuku Forest. That sounds incredibly gory. A truly morbid and terrifying and grotesque place. Seppuku Forest. Imagine the smear! Truly horrifying. Painting goo 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 goo. Painting goo 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 goo. Painting goo 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 goo. I think it would be funny to give this one a berry. Always remember to clean your bitch in between dips. You must not contaminate the goo. The goo must be separate. If the colors are not separated, then they are not colors. They are just a grey shit stain on the universe. How am I #1 king of Chatu when I haven't been here in 2 weeks? Are you the YouTuber gods purring my reg? I have no idea. I have no clue. What is this glorious goo I set my eyes upon? Giant mutated ant cannon attacking a beach. You don't know a tarantula when you see one. You blind Canadian. You are not only Canadian, but you are now blind, are you? Hilarious. As if being Canadian wasn't bad enough. He is now blind. That explains why you never die in seppuku. You miss. That That explains it! You are not immortal! You are simply blind and have no idea how to actually commit seppuku. Every time you just miss. That makes so much sense! The brood and guts help the trees grow big and stronger. Indeed. Indeed. This is true. Dark, but true. Dark, but true. That is an excellent shade of browner. These tribesmen are looking fantastic. I love it. Painting goo goo goo. Goo 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 goo. Painting goo goo goo. Painting goo goo goo. Goo 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 goo. Painting goo goo goo. Painting goo goo goo. Painting goo goo goo. Painting goo goo goo. Truly, it would indeed be terrifying to be suddenly set upon by a giant tarantula. Weirding, indeed unzipping from his abdomen. The back of his abdomen? I cannot remember. From my watching Discovering Goo days, I remember their abdomens are the big bulbous things on their baku. At the rear, I believe. I have no idea. My spider anatomy is a tad rusty, like my boar hairs. It is no ant stubber-summer. It is tarantula. This is why segregation is so important. Indeed! Indeed! If you do not separate the colors, then they are not colors. It is just one big shit mass of fuck. Painting goo 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 goo. Ah, glorious! Even better. My eyes! The goggles! They do nothing! Hilarious. The goggles! They do nothing! What is this creature in the bottom left-hand corner? Looks like a frayed gorilla. It takes a few layers to build the image. You must be patient. Yes, right now it looks like I have skinned him alive. Glorious. Painting goo 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 goo. Since I have watered down the goo, it now works more like opaque watercolor, which I like. But it does change the style a tad. Instead of doing 1 or 2 strokes and getting a completely saturated layer of color that is opaque and matte. It is more like watercolor, where you add layer after layer. I love it. It arouses depth, texture, shading, organicness. It's glorious. Sumimasen. Painting Goo Goo. Methinks I might change the color of the tarantula. They are typically black or brown. Perhaps I make him gray. Or let's get funky with the colors of the tarantula. Maybe yellow? No. Gray. Perhaps gray and red. Or gray and blue. Red and blue? I know not to. We shall experiment. Let me see. Painting Goo Goo. Goo 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 Goo. And make some gray. That's a bit dark. Not that kind of gray. And whoa, I read that one. I already read that one. My wife sends her love to all the Japanites. She is most grateful for all your prayers and well wishes. We shall never forget the love that the All-Father has shown us. Indeed, I am beside myself with joy and gratitude that your female is alive and well. Your royalty to the Japanite and to Paintingu is, of course, of utmost import and beauty. We are very grateful for your presence and your patronage to Paintingu, brother Stabulu-sama. And may your female heal from her ailments quickly, efficiently, and peacefully. Your health is your wealth. Let me see. Painting Goo Goo. Goo 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 Goo. Painting Goo Goo. Goo 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 Goo. Some of the bristles. Some of the bristles are out of place. I do love this bitch. It's a good bitch. Windsor Newton Roundhead number 6. Number 6, yes? Yes, number 6. Excellent bitch! Painting goo goo goo. Painting goo goo goo. A few squirts from my tiny mister to allow the goo to flow freely. When you squirt on your goo, you get more bang for your bucku. Is this stucku? Painting goo 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 goo. Paint, paint! My tiny mister seems broken. Who broke my tiny mister? Myro! I'm looking at you, you mischievous little monkey. Let me see. Blast it all! My tiny mister is no longer misting. This vexes me. This is my big mister. It's not so much a mister, more like a sprayer. Way too much water, typically, for being accurate with the goo. However, reliable, sturdy, basically broken, but still functional. This bitch, however, I have only been using for a few weeks. And it appears the bitch has a broken. What kind of Chinese poorly beard bullshit is this? No matter. It will not stop the goo from flowing. Excuse me, Micah. So glad to hear she's doing well and improving. Indeed. It brought a calmness to my heart to see that she was home and recovering. Painting goo goo. Goo 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 goo. Painting goo goo. Goo 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 goo. Paint goo goo. Goo 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 goo. Painting goo goo. Where is this reg coming from? Goo 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 goo. Painting goo 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 goo. Painting goo goo. Goo 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 goo. I must focus my chi. When creating a paintingu, there are moments, like seasons. Winter, summer, spring. The same applies to a paintingu. The saying, "You cannot rush art," is very true. True art requires thought, consideration, accuracy, discipline, patience. Following fundamental rules, the laws of art. 'Cause there are laws, just like the laws of physics. The same rules apply. Of course, being in flow, being chaotic, produces an excellent foundation and plenty of material to work with. But it is the discipline, the attention to detail, the creative use, and interpretation of those rules that makes an excellent paintingu, and also makes the process of paintinguing joyful. Creation, in my humble opinion, should not be stressful. Creation should be joyful. Creation is like an act of love. It should not be filled with stress and fear. Indeed, the opposite is true. Acts of creation should be filled with joy. Goo 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 goo. I remember many a TV show, movie, sci-fi thingy with armored spideroo. Wild West. Excellent movie. I love Wild West. One of my favorite movies when I was a young demigod. The giant mechanical spider. Tarantula. Glorious, beautiful example of even when theoretical. Beautiful engineering. Oh, I am constantly tilting my head like doggo, waiting for treat. Painting goo goo. Goo 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 goo. Goo 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 goo. Painting goo goo. Goo 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 goo. Right. I believe that looks better. Now, shall we graze it with perhaps a transparent crimson? And then use perhaps some bright yellow or blue. Create some accents. Make that giant eight-legged bitch popple. The crush to squirt ratio of the tiny mister just swung to crushed out. It's quite disappointing. It's a good mister. I have no idea what is wrong. Painting goo, painting goo, paint. They are very cheapo. No matter. FYI, Dick Fordu has a great wealth of knowledge when it comes to homeopathy. He's gay? He's the mind of a gay? It is almost time to announce phrase of Deu. I am taking the family to the White Rock Beachu today. A pharaoh bear from Alberta, 6 foot nothing bearu, is meeting us there. He is a legendary farmer / cattle farmer. Most based is he. That sounds glorious. I hope you have a wonderful time, Staburo-sama. Good to get out with the family. It is indeed good to get out with the family. Indeed. Family time is the best of times. Typically. Depends on the family, but typically. Ugh. Glorious. Right. Let's make some crimson. We're going to do a crimson graze. Some red. And I think some purple and black. Painting goo 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 goo. Yup! Gayu must pay the way now. For those of you who are watching Paintingu or listening to Paintingu, if you have any gay lurking in your chi, go to owenbenjamin.com and pay it away, you filthy motor scum. I was right too. That is a nice, dirty, dark red. Like carmine. I loved that character from Gears of War. Carmine. 3 brothers. A, B, and C. I believe it was Adam Carmine, Benjamin Carmine, and Creighton Carmine. Creighton Carmine was a hilarious absolute beast. Like the white version of the black character, Augustus Coltrane. The first 3 Gears of War games were utterly brilliant. Gears of War Judgment was good, was pretty good. I played a lot of it and I enjoyed it. But Gears of War 1, 2, and 3 were poetry in motion when it comes to an excellent campaign, different game modes to play offline, couch play with your friends. Because back then people had friends. And the online multiplayer was glorious. This could take a while to give it the appearance of metal. I will have to make it look more angular. Right now, it's very organic and realistic looking, which is not bad. I love to research you. Always a good car. Pay that gay away before it metastasizes. What does gay become once it metastasizes? Do not allow your gay to be like Pokemon and rever up. Like advertisement for medical. Like, are you gay? Do you have gay tendencies? Concerned about how gay you might be? Go to owenbenjamin.com. Pay your gay away. It's like the scene just starts with like this really clean cut Christian looking guy in like, you know, a nice sweater vest or something like, and it's just like These days, some of us are really gay, and we might not even know about it. Have you any gay lurking in your... Oh, man. "100% Stabro was getting very dangerous soon. Nearly put on rollerblades the other day and considered a trip to gay Canada." Oh, Jesus Christ. You dodged a bullet there, my friend. Speaking of which, Streamrabs has gay to pay away for not working you. Streamrabs? What is this? Why were you trying to use Streamrabs? Am I using Streamrabs? Is this Streamrab? Yes. What is wrong with Streamrabs? Why are you complaining like female, Stabru-sama? What is vexing you? Show me where Streamrabs touched you. Fuck! It's very warm. I will take break. Announce phrase of the day. Holy fuck. Oh. Sweltering. Very, very warm. Let me see. I will line up the other tunes. Glorious. Whew! Oh! What is current temperature? 26 degrees Celsius! Jesus! Oh, right. It is time to announce today's phrase of the day. Oh, give me a moment. I am sweating like Catholic priest in kindergarten. That is glorious. I can feel the breeze passing through my gloriously demigod beard. Oh, that is beautiful. Right! Tobias, my feathery friend. Ugh. I will need to figure out a better protocol for announcing the phrase of the day. Now that I have moved the position of PEINTEINGU, simply holding the gong on Tobias seems a bit hilarious, but it vexes me. It's not as efficient as I would like. Nevertheless, today's phrase of the day is as follows. I send cleansing vibrations through the interweb to cleanse you filthy mortals of your dirty, filthy chi, and the route to fro freely, query, serenely.
Somebody has a paid for PEINTEINGU.
Glorious! Somebody has honor this day and has paid for PEINTEINGU. I love it. That voice tag is hilarious, but I think it needs to be louder. Tell me, did you hear that pre-recorded message when that payment came in? My Riddle Brew demon friend Hugh no longer shows up on the screener when somebody pays for PEINTEINGU. Who has honor this day? Ari Tabuger. Ari Tabuger has paid for PEINTEINGU. What have you to say, Ari Tabuger? Blessings to you and your female. Thanks for your support, brother. Rivrong and Prosperu. Stabru-sama with another one of his aliases. Gloriouses. Gloriouses? That was a tongue twister indeed. You're most welcome, brother. Your patronage to PEINTEINGU is greatly appreciated. Right, today's phrase of the day. My God, the sweat is roaring into my eyes. Phrase of the day. An egg in a visor cracks under pressure. No shit! I did not pre-read that phrase. Or if I did, it did not crick in my head. An egg in a visor cracks under pressure. That has to be one of the most blatantly obvious things I have ever seen you say, Desmondu-sama. I am disappointed. You will be frogged for your insolence. Today's phrase of the day is a failure. A failure of the utmost. Diabolical. Phrase of the day. An egg in a visor cracks under pressure. This is like Dad Joker. I usually love Dad Joker. You have brought shame upon yourself and your family, Desmondo-sama. For today, your phrase of the day was shitu. The audio was very low, but audible. Glorious. I will turn it up slightly. I do not want it to be oppressive to the ear holes of you filthy mortal scum. Very low. I will adjust. On the plus side, the euro is dropping to the Canadian dollar. In real life, this concludes today's phrase of the day. It was a bit too loud for being right beside my ear holes. Right. Dear God. Before the stream, I was a sweatingu. I was doing my qigong. And because it is nearly 30 degrees Celsius, I was dripping in sweat. I was glistening. The sweat was reaving my pasty white ass and hitting the floor. Then I had shower. Cleaned my filthy mortal shell. Now, I feel like I need another shower. I am fucking sweating. Right. Resume Tunis. This means more of my fake fiat gets you more fake fiat. Glorious. Oh. Eventually I will employ either a monkey or a human to fan me whilst I paintingu. Paintingu. Oh. I am a sweatingu. Yes, bada dadu joker! Much dishonor! How dare you? Right. Let me see. Paintingu. Paintingu. Slightly different color, basically the same, slightly different. I do love the frat bitches. So versatile. They make paintinguing quick, efficient. Once you become comfortable with how they flow on paper or canvas, they are a joy to paint with. Was ist das? I heard Boomer. Right, let me see. Slowly, but surely. I'm thinking either bright, blue, green, or yellow. Maybe even orange. Painting goo goo goo. Oh, God. Hmm. "33 rashes for Desmondo-sama. You brought your G game today. G is for gay. Fiat exchange is like switching change between pockets and dropping some coin along the way. I know! It is just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And we all know who picks up the foreign change along the way. Indeed. Dirty coin crippers. Ah, Dick Fordu has a store in my krona. Seppuku for me again. Oh, God. Oh, right. I'm going to do some highlights on the tarantula. Try and make him more angular looking. And maybe another rare on the tribesman. And I will leave it there. Oh! I need to stretch. I need to eat. All these things that you must do when you are half feeble motor scum. Like eating, sleeping, stretching, exercising, shitting. Pathetic. What a waste of timer. How would you know timer didn't exist in the divine realm? Silence! Let me see. Wrong bitch. Painting goo, 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 goo. Right. Painting goo goo. I like that. Red with the white is... it's glorious looking. I like that. I will do the detail on the zipper later. Let's get some browner going again. Do the tribesman. Go a bit darker. Painting goo 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 goo. Goo 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 goo. Painting goo 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 goo. The light coming from this direction. Let me see. Glorious. Sorry. Butchery. Get some bracken there. Define the mouther. Truly he looks horrified and currently horrifying. More orange. Quite often, if the strokes furrow the form or the shape of the object in question, makes it easier to construct the shape in question. Speaking of shapes, the shape of this one is hilarious. Indeed. Slowly but surely, we are going to have a glorious painting. Can I make bright orange? That's quite orange. Dick Fordo is going through all the emotions. Have we lost Margie and Godsonu? No, Godsonu is here. He left Kamantu before Streamu. I must contact Margie. I have not heard from her in some time. Indeed, I have not seen her in the gram. I'm out of agua. Shit. I rub spiders. Nature's Fourth Reich. Definitely. They are so Fourth Reich. They have eight Reichs. They are 8 Reich. That was almost as bad as Desmondu's Joker. Can he be shooting a web out of the spider cannon? Glorious. Yes, we should do bright green Webu. Or orange? No, green. Bright green Webu. Like luminous green. Like a Cyrax from Mortal Kombat 2. The mayor one, obviously. Fucking Woka scum. Right. Painting goo goo. Goo 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 goo. Painting goo goo. Goo 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 goo. I need bright red. No. The writing. The exposure. No matter. Perhaps an acid web? Indeed. Like, The Mist. The spiders in that movie, The Mist, are fucking terrifying. Painting goo goo. Goo goo. Painting goo goo. Might have to go scarlet. Or maybe just make the darks very dark. I want this giant 8-legged cannon-weirding bitch to be popping goo. Off the paperoo. So far, so good. He's looking glorious. Be honest, if you had the choice, you would have this kind of spider cleaning the insects out of your Homer. Like some kind of demonic arachnid version of RoboCop. You there, fry! Cease your frying and rubbing of your tiny, disgusting hands. How funny is that? That fries do this. They rub their hands and they puke. They puke on their food. And they rub their little tiny black hands. They don't even have hands. They just have like sticks, like black sticks for hands. Black spikes. And they eat the shit. They rub shit. How funny is that? How is your summer going, Defenderu? Has the hot weather subsided? No. In fact, it's only getting worse. I love it. I love being sweaty. It's glorious. I get better sleep when I'm nice and warm. Like big baby. It has been 21 to 26 degrees all summer. Very nice. Just the right amount of rain as well. Indeed, this summer has been quite nice. Quite nice. Arachnocop! I like it. Desmondu Sama and I invented a new idea for potential, maybe mini paintingus, perhaps. I will meditate upon it. But I do think it would be glorious. Where we take something similar to Arachnocop or Xenoboon or the Chark. Where we take two things that we think would be hilarious or cool or hilariously cool, and I will blend them together in a character drawing and paint it and record it. I think that would be glorious. Like, was there an example that me and Desmondu-sama... Desmondu-sama, was there an example? Apart from Xenoboon? Like mixing a duck and a crocodile. You know, some shit like that. Like a medieval knight and a hedgehog. That could be adorable. Like a frog ninja. You know? Samurai kitten. A kaiju version of a... Let me think. Naked mole rat. What was that in? Was that Kim Possible? That cartoon from years ago. Is that what... No, that was Phineas and Ferb, wasn't it? That was Perry the Platypus. I cannot remember. Anyway. A fly can even rip off its own head while it's hand-rubbing you. Nature is full of comedy. I know, it's like... seriously intense. That they can accidentally rip off their own head. From furiously rubbing their hands together. They just rip their own head off. Like, what the fuck? What group of people most reminds you of said hand-rubbing fries? Indeed, I wonder. Could it be the Jews? Allegedly. I don't believe we made example of concept yet. No? Yeah, me neither. Gigamouse was hilarious. Gigamouse was hilarious. Like giant gangster mouse. With boombox and machine gun Gigamouse. Curse you, Gigamouse! That is one of my favorite Paintingus, is the wedding cake. Cause the wedding cake has like detonator and pistol. That is excellent Paintingu. Oh. I were slowly but surely gather the Paintingus and sort them for the first book of Paintingu. I have a lot going on right now. Between community stuff, potential jobs that are not Paintingu, trying to make a living, make money. But the goo will not stop throwing. If it stops, it will only be temporary before it begins throwing again. Over the years, there are probably going to be many a time where Paintingu returns. After taking a week off to do lots of stuff that is not Paintingu orientated. FYI, lots of new firms on Prex for you all. Please let me know if I can put any shows or films for you. Glorious. Glorious. I have not been watching the laptop. I am still watching Samurai Jaku. So, once I get back into my routine, God willing, every fucking time, I think I am back in my routine. I am whisked away. Away from the Paintingu and my beautiful routine. But, quite often, it is necessary. Anywho, that is the end of the goo. Today. I almost did 2 hours anyway. Hilarious. So typical. Right, my beloved Japunita. I bid you farewell and sayonara. Until tomorrow, where I will return. Same timer, same pricer. Different tunes. Tomorrow is a Wednesday. Tomorrow is White Wednesday. We will be listening to classical music. Invented by whites. Made by whites. Because whites are the best of times. They are the worst of times. There's a joke in there somewhere. It was the best of whites. It was the worst of whites. Oh, fuck. Right. I'm off. Did he just break character right at the end of the stream? Yes! Yes, I did. I think I broke character halfway through the stream. I can't remember. But anyway. Goodbye. Sayonara. Farewell. Auf Wiedersehen. Tschüss. Sayonara. What's another one? Oh, fuck. To those who do not pay for Paintingu, you have no honor, and you bring shame upon your family, your ancestors. But that's my family. Yes, but your ancestors are your dead family. So there is a difference between family and ancestors. And you have brought shame upon them both by not paying for Paintingu. You filthy mortal scum! Right. That's it! The goo has stopped throwing! Reeve! Fuck off! How funny would that be if like, if you guys had to leave, like I couldn't turn it off. Like you guys had to fuck off before I could stop doing it, like. Are they all gone? Tobias! What can you see from your perch? Are they still there? Are the filthy mortals still watching me? Oh, God. Right. I'll see you tomorrow. God bless. Be good, be true, and be beautiful. And I will see you in tomorrow's PEINTEINGU.